I just remember like I was sitting in my bed and I would just cry because like the emptiness was so intense, and I would just say like, God, I feel so lonely right now. Can you just come and help me? Can you do something about this? It's so painful. I can't take it. Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I come from Vancouver, Canada. Before I came to Emerge, I was really struggling a lot in my own personal life, specifically in relationships with men. I had multiple relationships with men. Since I was 18 years old, I never stopped being in a relationship or having a guy in my life because I was so afraid of being alone. And I had this intense fear that if I didn't have someone in my life, that it almost felt like I couldn't be happy. So when I came to Emerge, surprisingly, I got put in like a group that had a lot of people in it, and I really got to get to know these people, and they brought so much joy to me, and it was the first time I realized that I could be happy and I could enjoy my life without having a guy. God really allowed me to confront a lot of the emotional and physical ties that I had with guys that I've been with in the past. And he challenged me and confronted me to cut those ties off and to let them go. And it was such a big struggle for me because letting it go, it felt like I had to. Once again, it felt like a death. It was so difficult because it was so painful. Finally, I forced myself to choose to let it go and to cut those ties. And it was like immediately, like Jesus came and he just filled me like with his love and his presence. And it was like this action of being set free, and it was like, wow, why didn't I do this earlier? This feels so good. One of the significant things that happened was that God saw me and called me holy. We were being cleansed by his oil and his water, and I was so touched by that because I never saw myself as holy. It was the furthest thing from how I saw myself. Like, I could be loving or kind or whatever, but never holy. But when God saw me like that and he affirmed me in that, it just shook me to the core. It was like, wow, even after everything that I've ever done, you still call me holy. There was one session where God gave me a vision while we were at the altar call, and it lasted for like an hour, and I just cried and sobbed the whole hour. And in that vision, God really showed me what my spirit or this inner child looked like, which was this like skeleton girl, just kind of locked away in a towel, and she was all alone, and her skin was barely hanging on to her skeleton. It was very graphic, and I was very surprised and shocked by the image that I saw, and I felt Jesus was saying, "This is you. This is how deprived you feel." And it was like this intense feeling of like she's starving, but not for food, for love. And in that vision, like Jesus was like, I am the only one who can love you the way that you need it. And so in that vision, he picked me up like a prince carrying his princess like this, and I just see this girl like coming back into a healthier body, a healthier state, and she started, and it was just like this beautiful time where she was just hanging out with Jesus, and it was super romantic, and they were like in a meadow and walking, and it was for me, it was a taste of heaven. It was a taste of what it was like to be in love with Jesus for all of eternity. And I just remember like when the night was over, I was like, I don't want this to ever end. It's like I've never tasted anything so good before, like so good.